This is a special presentation of the Ticats Audio Network.
Happy Canada Day and welcome to Tim Hortons Field. I'm RJ Broadhead along with Luke Tasker, almost set for Game 4 of the regular season for the Hamilton Ticats as they take on the Edmonton Elks. A lot of talk coming into this one. Somebody's is going to go. 2 0-3 teams.
Very good.
A team is going to have a victory after this. So the Ticats at home, they blew a 24-point lead against Calgary. And for the majority of that game, Luke, they looked very, very good. And the Elks have a rookie quarterback, Trey Ford, Waterloo, a lot of attention for him. Another Canadian quarterback, if he can follow in the footsteps of Nathan Rourke, that would be amazing, but he's thrown one pass for 8 yards. It's against a very, very tough defense in the Hamilton Ticats, a tough place to play. So a lot of when you look at an advantage, you'd have to say the Ticats have an advantage. We will have kickoff between the Elks and the Ticats. In moments, we will be back with kickoff on the Ticats Audio Network. Great to have you with us. Warm evening, 25 degrees, feels like 30. The wind is calm, but is gusting up to 35 kilometers an hour, so it could play a factor, as it usually does at Tim Hortons Field. So I was doing a great tee-up for you, Luke, on coming into this game. 2 0-3 teams. We had to take the break, but we're back now. So do you see the Ticats with an advantage in this game?
Yeah, I do. And to be honest, I think they might be playing a little bit better football, though. Both teams are 0-3. I think that the Ticats have had more a chance in their 3 losses maybe than Edmonton. And Edmonton coming off that loss to Calgary, where Calgary came back on them.
Yeah.
A 10-point lead Edmonton had compared to the huge lead that the Ticats let go 2 weeks ago here at Tim Hortons Field. But I think things have been trending in the right direction, and it's time for the Ticats to get that first win. They are home. 4-14 in the last 14 wins, 4 losses in the last stretch at Tim Hortons Field, and all the losses by slight margins. This is their place and their stadium. A great day for Canada Day here to get a first win.
Yeah, they're doing the coin toss, and Dylan Wynn has the stare going, so that's a good sign. The Ticats are in their made-in-the-hammer uniforms. First time wearing them. Ticats fans are hoping they're good luck. They're the steel gray tops and pants. The numbers are black with gold trim. The helmets are black with a gold H on them. And the Edmonton Elks are in the gold pants with green socks, white tops, green numbers, and the gold helmets. What do you think of the new uniforms?
The standing H, the capital H on the helmet that's sharp.
It is. It looks good.
Yeah, very cool, iconic. It definitely says the hammer right off the bat. It is cool. Like the negative space of the H is a hammerhead. You see that?
Oh yeah,
that, RJ?
Yeah, I'm wearing the shirt.
Of course, you got it on your chest. What am I talking about? No, really cool. Great design, and they got gear in the shop too. You can see a bunch of gray jerseys in the stands, and very very cool change up.
I was at practice on Tuesday. I swung by the shop on Tuesday afternoon, and about a dozen people in there. So everybody's loving the new uniforms.
You got the employee discount, I hope.
Full price. Full price. Support the team.
Yeah, Denise got you.
So there is some rain in the forecast. It is overcast. We're hoping that we miss it. That would be fantastic. Ticats had their fill of rain last week in Winnipeg. Ticats offense, we've talked about it, Luke. What are you looking for early on in this game from the offense?
Well, the story continues as we've talked about for the first 3 weeks, but I'd be willing to bet that the team who turns the ball over less is going to win the game. I'll start with that. These are both the 2 last teams in the league on the turnover ratio. And you can kind of delve deeper into that stat if you want to. They've also been very poor in red zone turnover ratio, both of these teams. Ticats with a couple notable ones, especially in Calgary. Here's a good one for you, RJ.
Okay. You got a stat?
Hit you with a good stat right
Yeah, good.
To prove the turnover ratio.
Okay.
It's fascinating. In the Ticats since 2015, in any game that they've tied the turnovers,
yep,
they've split 6-6. I mean, isn't that fascinating? Without winning the turnover ratio, their games are evenly split. I mean, it's really a telling statistic to the game. So Dane has to That really comes down on Dane. Dane has turned the ball over more times than any other CFL player with 6 interceptions and 4 fumbles. That fumbles early on. The Ticats have turned the ball over less with each game as the season has progressed, and that is a promising statistic, though so have the Elks.
Right, and we saw a big difference in Dane Evans in Winnipeg. He was throwing the ball away a lot more. He was not running as much, not the gunslinger trying to make something happen on every play. It was a little safer, and the 2 turnovers, unfortunately for Dane, they look bad on his stat line, but they bounced right to Winnipeg players. And Nick Arbuckle also has 6 interceptions. Maybe one of the reasons he's not starting for the Edmonton Elks, and Trey Ford is. Although Trey Ford from Niagara Falls went to Waterloo, maybe Elks coach Chris Jones is hoping to get some of that hometown feel going for Trey Ford. Yes. So the Tiger Cats will receive, and they will be with the wind to begin this opening quarter. And back to return, Lawrence Woods, of course. And he'll drift back. It's a good kickoff. He's back at his 10, right at the numbers on the far side, and he runs straight up the numbers and gets almost to the 35-yard line before he is hit hard and brought down by the Elks.
A little bit of wind coming off of the mountain north towards the water here, and the Hamilton return team was kind of set up in a really scrunched return formation. Everybody scooted up towards the Elks position there on the 35, and a decent return by Lawrence Woods to get up to the 33.
That was a good meteorologist at the start with the wind.
Thank you.
So Dane Evans brings the offense on the field, and it is a handoff immediately to Wes Hills. The Tiger Cats, the fewest rushing yards in the CFL by quite a bit, averaging over 10 fewer than the Elks. And right away, Wes Hills, some positive yardage, and he will welcome contact. 4-yard gain for Hills, 2nd and 6. Tiger Cats on their own 38-yard line. 3 receivers to the field side. That's Dane Evans left. He looks that direction immediately and completes it to Wes Hills, who gets across the 40, but it's not going to be enough for a first down.
I thought it was a good decision by Dane there. Wes Hills on a bubble to Dane's left, and it was just cover 10. One high safety, everybody else covered down in man, and they did have the numbers out there, but we talk about all the time, RJ, and those outside screens, really hard for those receivers to make an elongated block out in space.
Simon Laurier on to punt with the wind, and it is a good punt. Elks able to get it at their own 10, up across the 25-yard line. The returner, Charles Nelson.
This will be a block in the back.
There is a flag. You're right, Luke.
Lawrence Woods is out there clapping his hands because he got pushed to the ground right in his shoulder blades, and so the Elks offense is.
During return, legal block, Edmonton, number 18. We'll go back half the distance. It's going to be first down for Edmonton.
Nice. That's a great little mojo there for Ticats defense, and they're all the way deep into the Elks territory. Elks are huddling right at their goal line, actually. So costly to start that off with a block in the back from the Elks return team.
And the rookie quarterback, the 24-year-old Trey Ford, his very first start in the CFL. He's thrown a pass. He's completed a pass for 8 yards. The punt was 61 yards by Simon Laurier.
Yeah, with an excellent net here.
That ties his season long. So let's see what Trey Ford can do. The Canadian quarterback from Niagara Falls went to Waterloo. It's a handoff immediately to Beatty. No James Wilder Jr. in the lineup for the Elks. And Beatty gets a gain of a couple.
Be interested to see if they can get production on the ground tonight. They've struggled on just like the Ticats have, getting a real momentum here now. It's 2nd and 7, way backed up. They're just trying to get one first down and get some breathing room. The Ticats can force this to an out. Really, really favorable conditions with this wind at the back to start an offensive drive after this kick.
Elks on their own 7. It's 2nd and 8. Trey Ford in shotgun, looks to his right, throws that direction. It is a low pass and not caught. Diving for it was Darrell Walker and couldn't come up with it. And the Elks into the wind are going to have to punt from their own end zone. It'll be interesting to see what they do here, Luke.
Yeah, they're going to take a safety, and that is a smart move.
So the ball on the Elks 7-yard line.
Well, we'll see, actually.
Yeah.
Lawrence Woods back behind the center line, which is probably a bit deep, I would think. The wind is at his back in the Ticats' favor.
Matt Mengel, the rookie punter.
So see, he runs the back of the end zone there to, oh, that's a flag. So, wow, a lot of interesting stuff here. Mengel's running and taking up all the time, eating up this quarter with a negative wind advantage. And then they also get a block in the back, which was a very silly penalty to take. This is going to be interesting where they spot this drive here.
We will take a break and sort it out. No score on Canada Day at Tim Hortons Field. You're listening to the Ticats Audio Network. So there is a score. It's 2-0 for the Tiger Cats after the Elks were forced to take a safety on their initial offensive possession. And now the Elks kicking off from their own 20-yard line into the wind. So the Tiger Cats should have good field position, leading the game 2-0. The defense strong once again. Lawrence Woods catches it right near the far hash mark, gets to the outside of the numbers, breaks one tackle, crosses the 45, and he'll be just shy of the 50-yard line. And that's where Dane Evans and the offense comes on to begin their second possession.
Good return by Lawrence Woods again, and Elks after the safety kicking off from the 20-yard line, but the Ticats do have a nice drive start average compared to league. They're second in the CFL, and that one is going to increase that average there. Their 42-yard line is their average on the season coming into tonight.
Very good starting field position. Points per game, though, they're sixth in the league, averaging 18.3 points per game. Dane Evans, two receivers to the right. It's another handoff and straight up the middle. This time it's Sean Thomas Erlington, and he will be tackled close to midfield, just past the 50-yard line, right on the hammer logo, the big H at midfield.
You got to capitalize in this win. They are going no huddle and kind of a quick, a brief muddle huddle, but they're getting up to run as many plays as they can with the wind at their back.
Sean Thomas Erlington in again at running back. He'll peel off to the right, one receiver to the left, and Dane Evans keeps this time, and he gets across midfield. But Luke, I think he's going to be about a yard short of the first down. We'll see where they spot it.
I think he did enough to put them in a quarterback sneak scenario. Matt Schultz is coming on now.
So Dane Evans came in third among quarterbacks in rushing with 26 yards. Tried to get the first down, keep things rolling. Now it's a short yardage with the wind. Tiger Cats want to keep this ball. An important play early. Matt Schultz under center, short yardage, rolls to his right. Oh, he might break this. He's trying to get to the outside, and he does get the first down. He'll be just shy of the 45, but Memphis Lyon makes a touchdown-saving tackle, I think. If he didn't come up with that tackle on Matt Schultz, he might have been gone.
Great short yardage call, and you get a little bit of a risk there doing the around the end style with the QB short yardage, but risk and reward. I mean, they blocked it down very well. That was one tackle away from being probably at least an explosive run play, and easy a first down here.
Drive continues. Tiger Cats in Elks territory on the Elks 46-yard line. Fresh set of downs, empty backfield for Schultz, who stays in the game. He's going to keep it. He's going to run right up the middle across the 40-yard line. And he'll be close to a first down with that quarterback keeper.
Well, there's been talk all week, really all season, about the Ticats' lack of establishing the run game. Matt Schultz stays out again for another short yardage.
So Dane Evans, a quarterback keeper, and Schultz has been in ever since, and he will be successful on the short yardage. Dives across the 35-yard line. It's another first down for the Tiger Cats.
He stays in the game. That's 5 run plays in a row for the Ticats. And I don't know if that's happened this year yet.
Definitely not.
They've averaged 3.6 yards on every run play this year, and that is pretty low compared to the league average. But they're putting a drive together right now with the wind at their back of all a lot of times.
Run has them rolling. Schultz, he'll keep again, and this time he's brought down right about at the line of scrimmage. But there are a couple of flags on the field.
Chris Van Zyl pointing towards the Elks here.
Edmonton, number 19. It's a 5-yard penalty. We'll replay first down.
A little jumpy, and boy, on the play that the 6th run in a row that doesn't go well, they were stopped at the line there, and sure enough, you get a penalty. That's momentum's real. It's hard. It's hard for a defense to get off the field once you start piecing first downs together or stringing them together.
Dane Evans back on the field. Both Braylon Addison and Tim White circle behind him and head off to the right. The pass goes to Braylon Addison, breaks a tackle, gets to the first down marker just past the 25-yard line, and it is another first down for the Tiger Cats. The Tiger Cats keep it rolling with an active Green and Ross first down.
And that's what Tommy Condell's extension of the run game. So if you count it, that's 7 run plays in a row.
Yes.
Though, of course, Dane's going to count those for his passing yards, I think, but really effective to the outside. And what makes that play work is how quickly Dane got it out of his hand all the way to the outside to his receiver, Braylon.
What would the defense not expect? A bunch of run plays. Ball now on the 21-yard line, empty backfield for Dane Evans. Looks like he's going to throw this time, and he checks it down to Pappy White. And not much there for Pappy White. He'll get it probably back to the line of scrimmage. Not much of a gain, if any.
Yeah, Dane didn't like what he was seeing. It was drop 9. They only brought 3 in the rush, and there's a lot of white jerseys back there. And nice job getting it down and letting Pappy White try to make something happen, but too quick to come to coverage and into pursuit for the Elks there.
Getting close to the midway point of the opening quarter. Tiger Cats lead the Elks 2-0, thanks to a safety on the first possession. Elks had to give it up. Tiger Cats threatening here. Dane Evans throwing up the middle. It's a touchdown. Stephen Dunbar Jr.
You got it.
The Tiger Cats with a big touchdown. They drive with the wind, and it is an 8-0 lead with a convert coming up.
Awesome. Dane stands in the pocket, eyes straight ahead, didn't give anything away, and honestly, if it wasn't Dunbar Jr., it would have been Tim White to the left, where I thought he was going to go on a sail route. It was just perfectly executed across the board. What a fantastic drive. Establishing the run game with authority and then finishing it off with to get Stephen Dunbar Jr. back in the mix after what was a tough game in Winnipeg.
21-yard touchdown pass to Stephen Dunbar. That play was driven by Enterprise Rent-A-Car. And Michael Domagala steps up and hits the convert. Great start for the Tiger Cats in their Made in the Hammer uniforms. It's 9-0 midway through the opening quarter at Tim Hortons Field. You're listening to the Ticats Audio Network. 7 minutes, 31 seconds to go in the opening quarter. Tiger Cats lead the Elks 9-0. RJ Broadhead with Luke Tasker. Defense has been rock solid. Elks -5 net yards so far, and the Tiger Cats with 64 net yards, a touchdown and a safety. Trey Ford, the handoff to Sherman Beatty, and he breaks through that initial line of scrimmage and gets a first down for the Elks. He's got tons of speed. Once he got by that first defensive line attempt, he was off to the races for that first down.
A lot more runs than I expected to see from both teams so far. And that was a really, really well done first down, 10 yards for another set of downs.
Ball on the Elks' 44-yard line. That was a 13-yard run. Empty backfield this time, and cover 0 being shown by the Tiger Cats. Trey Ford got rid of the ball quickly, and it was dropped over Kai Loxley, who's actually listed as a quarterback. He's playing in the slot for the Elks. They've tried a lot of different players in a lot of different positions, but he looked like he was open and couldn't come up with a catch.
Yeah, he scored a short yardage touchdown last week in Calgary from under center, but didn't secure that, and nice job with the pressure there from the Ticats defense, bringing cover 0.
That doesn't help out the rookie quarterback. It's 2nd and 10 now for the Elks from their own 44-yard line. Into the wind. Still 6 minutes and 20 seconds to go in this quarter. Trey Ford doesn't see anyone open. He's going to run. He's got some room, too. Goes to his right. Tries to break a tackle. He's battling for that first down. And he will be very, very close. He was hit by Jamal Roll and brought down. And, yes, it is a first down. So that second effort from Ford ensured he did get the first down for the Elks.
That was another form of pressure there from Mark Washington's defense. Julian Hauser actually dropped out of the rush into a low zone, but nice job by Trey Ford sneaking through there for a really big first down, crucial for where they are in the field right now.
Elks right at midfield, trying to get into Tiger Cat territory for the first time in this game. Empty backfield again. Ford under pressure, has to back off a little bit. The pass is complete, and a tackle broken by Kenny Lawler, who was the leading receiver in the league last year. Breaking that tackle earns the Elks another first down.
Yep, having another good season so far, second in yardage, and boy, he earned that one. It was Richard Leonard in coverage down on him, which would have been a tackle for maybe a loss or a short gain, and he broke through that and put a hit on Tunde Adeleke to move the chains again.
Trey Ford looking good on this drive. Ball now on the Tiger Cats 42. First time in the game, the Elks have made it into Hamilton territory. Empty backfield, Trey Ford throwing again. This one is complete, and it'll be close to another first down, caught by Charles Nelson, who's listed as a wide receiver and also in as the backup running back.
Yeah, he caught that. He came from the backfield there on a flat route, and his receivers to his left had cleared that space out there, and there was a lot of room, and he lowered his shoulder at the end of that too. A lot of physicality on the field right now.
Elks short yardage. Trey Ford under center, and looked like he might have lost the ball, picked it back up, and scrambled to try to get the first down. They didn't need much, but there's flags all over the field right now. I have to see who this is on, but it appeared he lost the football and picked it back up.
Something looked very strange, and I think Edmonton jumped, and there's every official through. Well, they are discussing it now. There's some sort of disagreement, but snap, lost fumble on the second and short, and it was Jovan Santos Knox who would or maybe will be credited for the tackle on that if the play stands. But they're all figuring out who was the first.
The ball was never snapped, Luke. The center. David Beard handed the ball to quarterback Trey Ford after
here's one for you.
He had fallen down.
I can't wait to hear what this is called. I mean, maybe it's just
I was hoping you knew.
Offside, Hamilton, number 98. It's a 5-yard penalty, makes it a first down for Edmonton.
All right.
Well, that's why he didn't get the snap.
Huh.
Tiger Cats were a little early. And into the win, the Elks have a very good drive here. Elks up to the Tiger Cats' 27-yard line now. Trey Ford finding his groove for the Elks. He has Sherman Beatty, the running back, to his left. There's been an empty backfield on many of the plays. Delayed handoff. Now he gives it to Beatty, but this Tiger Cats defense not letting much happen. Micah Johnson first in there. Looks like a gain of 1, possibly 2.
Well, this is a big play here, and not only to stop them short of a first down, it is 2nd and 9, but every yard counts here. This would be just north of a 30-yard field goal if they didn't make a gain, and there's a pretty strong wind coming back at the Edmonton offense right now. You could stop them short of points here if you stuff this second down coming up.
2nd and 9, like Luke mentioned, from the Tiger Cats 26. Trey Ford back to pass. He has to roll out to his left, and he can run well. He's got a wide open receiver at the 10-yard line. It's Kenny Lawler. How did he get open? And it's a first down, and now the Elks well into the red zone.
Yeah, Trey Ford made that happen. He spun out of the pocket to his left and just extended the play, and sometimes the result of that is just there's too many people moving, and the coverage, like they say, breaks down, and you lose those principles of your zone coverage, and he was just left all by himself on the sidelines.
Trey Ford came into this game with 1 completion for 8 yards. Great drive as he's marched the Elks into Hamilton territory. He's running the ball, trying to get to the end zone. He's across the 5, got down to the 3-yard line before the Tiger Cats forced him out of bounds on the near side.
It's kind of interesting. I mean, Nathan Rourke is having an unbelievable, record-setting season, or on pace for a record-setting season, and now you've got Trey Ford, another young Canadian. I mean, it's really unusual, and he's putting together a very impressive drive against the Tiger Cat defense right now.
Trey Ford, the U Sports most outstanding player last year. Likely lots of family in attendance. He's from Niagara Falls. It's 9-0 Tiger Cats. 2nd and 3, Trey Ford. He'll throw to his right, and it's incomplete. Diving for it was Kenny Lawler. Alden Darby in coverage, but there is a flag in the Edmonton backfield.
I think this one's going to be against Cam Kelly and potentially roughing the passer, which will, of course, be first down on the 1-yard line.
Roughing the passer, Hamilton, number 11. Will go up half the distance. It's going to be first down for Edmonton.
Elks started on their own 31-yard line. Trey Ford has led a 9-play, 85-yard drive. And now they've got a first down from the Tiger Cats 3, so 2-yard line, in fact. So it's first and goal. 2.5 to go in the opening quarter. Keep in mind, this is also into the wind. Kai Loxley leads the Elks with a couple of touchdowns. He's in at quarterback, under center, short yardage. No indication from the officials, so the Tiger Cats were able to make the stop short of the touchdown.
Yeah, they did have 2 to go, and it looks like he was very close. So they will spot it on the 1-yard line now. So presumably he got inside of that 1-yard line. CFL ball can't be spotted any closer than the 1.
Tiger Cats lead the league in turnovers on downs, which is an indication how strong this defense is on short yardage. Loxley stays in at quarterback, and he comes under center. 1 yard to go. Loxley, He didn't get it. He didn't get it, Luke. He's short of the end zone. The defense comes up huge.
Wow, he might not have crossed the 1-yard line plane. I mean, that was a really, really hard stuff there. So you could get 3 if you're the Elks right now, but of course they're going to probably leave the short yardage unit on, and if the Ticats can get 1 more, wow.
Yeah, they're going to try 3 times from the 2-yard line. They couldn't get in. They couldn't get in from the 1. And now, with just over a minute to go in the opening quarter, Tiger Cats leading 9-0. It'll be a 3rd attempt. Can the Tiger Cats defense come up big one more time? There is a Tiger Cat down on the field.
Micah Johnson, I believe. Man, these short back-to-back short yardages, it is like the rugby scrum. I mean, it's a hard battle in there, and for guys like Micah Johnson, he's taking the brunt of that.
So it's 9-0 with a minute 9 to go. We'll take a break. Tiger Cats are leading the Elks, but the Elks right by the goal line. An exciting finish to this opening quarter. Stick around on the Ticats Audio Network.
This week on the Ticats Audio Network.
It was a shock. I mean, to have Bob Young call you, you don't get that every day. And for him to say that you've been elected into the Wall of Honor with all those great names that are up there, it took me by surprise for sure.
That was Danny McManus on what it was like to get the call this week that he was going on the Wall of Honor this fall at Tim Hortons Field. He sat down with Louis Butko this week on Ticats Today on the Ticats Audio Network. Danny McManus, one of the greats. Coach O had some wonderful things to say about him. So a big moment in this game early on. Tiger Cats lead the Elks 9-0. Elks short yardage. They've had a couple of cracks from the 2, now the 1 to get this ball into the end zone. Kai Loxley will run to his left, and this time he finds an opening, and he's into the end zone. The Elks with the touchdown, and they will be within 3 with the convert on the way.
Yeah, really impressive drive. This is maybe not the first quarter that could have been expected from both 0-3 teams, but Ticats and Dane Evans put together a beautiful drive with a lot of run plays mixed in there, and then the Elks just drove down the field, eating up the remainder of the first quarter pretty much. There's less than a minute left before they'll switch sides, and then unfortunately the Tiger Cats will have to battle with the wind at them.
Elks were able to take a lot of time off that clock, like you mentioned, Luke, and Trey Ford looked excellent. 3 for 5 in the game, 39 yards passing. Also leads the team with 18 yards rushing. Sergio Castillo on for the convert, but he missed. So it'll remain as Lawrence Woods runs to his right.
Well, the flag's flags way after the play for some whatever unsportsmanlike something or other down there. But that Lawrence Woods has got to give it a shot there. It's a freebie. It's a no risk play that is obviously low probability, but it is there's 2 points to be had if he could have returned that out.
Yeah, he took a knee in the end zone. 30 seconds to go in the opening quarter. 13-play drive for the Elks. Most plays on one drive this season by Edmonton. So we might be seeing the Trey Ford era for the Elks if he can keep this up. That was into the wind against a very tough.
Misconduct. Edmonton, number 62. We'll go back 15 yards on the kickoff.
So a unnecessary roughness penalty on the Elks.
Martez Ivy, just hands to the face.
On Mason Bennett.
Yeah, and kind of way away from the play and kind of after the whistle, kind of just overheated there for a second. But 2 misconducts is an ejection, I believe, for a player. So you got to keep your sharp eye out there.
That's right. And the official couldn't have been closer. He was within a foot.
He almost got hit by that, actually.
So the Tiger Cats, let's see how much time they'll have to work. There's 30 seconds on the clock, and Edmonton's going to have to kick off from their 15.
Yeah, they've already kicked off from their 20 after their safety, and here they are on their own 15, and this is still against the wind for 30 seconds. So very timely moment here for the Ticats.
Sergio Castillo missed the convert. Here's his kickoff from the 15. Were the Elks offside? There's flags. Yeah. Lawrence Woods picks it up at his own 35, gets across the 50, and he's tripped up just shy of midfield.
I love it. And now they were clearly offsides. We could see it up here on their kickoff pursuit, but that'll push this drive start in front of the center line, which is a kind of a checkpoint for a special teams unit. Great to get a
kickoff. We had offside. Edmonton number 20.
Missed the end of that, but it's obviously offsides off Edmonton, and awesome. You get to march forward to that center line here. This will be the 9th time this season that the Ticats have been able to do that in 3.5 games. I mean, that's a pretty impressive amount of starts on the favorable side of the center line.
9-6, Tiger Cats lead the Elks. You'd have to think they were hoping for a bigger lead with the wind after the first quarter, and it might be. So they're going to get the Elks to kick off again, actually. So it moves them back 5 more yards. So now Castillo has to kick off into the wind from his own 10-yard line.
5 seconds erased off of that quarter, unfortunately, but the Ticats will be able to start this drive at least with the wind at their back and hopefully across center line.
So here's the kickoff. It's a low one, pretty good one. It'll send Lawrence Woods back to his 40. Catches it at the numbers, runs to the inside, gets to the near hash mark. He's got an opening, gets to the numbers, and he's not going to be caught. Lawrence Woods is bringing this into the end zone. The 5, he scores a touchdown on the kickoff. Lawrence Woods, the special teams master, adds to the Tiger Cats lead before the end of the quarter.
How about that? The league has been totally a desert of explosive plays in the return game, and Lawrence Wood pops one there. No flags on the field. It's going to stand. How about that? 2 times in a row, a kickoff coverage has to run down the field. You can imagine that's a pretty tiring job to have to do that. Cover a kick, make a tackle, and then walk back and do it again from your own 10-yard line. Awesome moment for Ticats and Craig Butler's return team.
Brilliant to take that kickoff again. 72-yard touchdown for Lawrence Woods. That play was driven by Enterprise Rent-A-Car. 15-6, Michael Damagala for the extra point. And he's good. 2 for 2 on the converts for Michael Damagala. It's a 10-point lead for the Tiger Cats, their biggest lead of the game, and it comes right at the end of the opening quarter. So what a finish that was. Lawrence Woods in the new Made in the Hammer uniforms shows the Tiger Cats fans at Tim Hortons Field what he can do. 16-6, Tiger Cats lead after a quarter. This is the Ticats Audio Network. Great to have you with us on Canada Day. Tiger Cats after a quarter leading 16-6. Now the Tiger Cats going from our left to the right, and Damagala kickoff. Leonard bobbled it, had to pick it up off the ground, and this Tiger Cats special teams is just too good. A little mistake like that, and they are on you. So just past the 30 is where Trey Ford will come out and try to run another strong Elks drive.
Yeah, that kickoff return bobbled there by the Elks. And Ticats great coverage there. They are best in the league in opponent kickoff return average, and that's Craig Butler, young special teams coordinator, who's got his teams playing very well, and obviously coming off of the punt return for a touchdown by Lawrence Woods.
Special teams is the big difference in this game, Luke. You look at the statistics, it's pretty even through a quarter, but Tiger Cats have a 10-point lead thanks to that 72-yard kickoff return for a touchdown by Lawrence Woods. Handoff goes to Sherman Beatty, and he runs right into the big defensive line. All four of them were there for the Tiger Cats, and Beatty could only manage maybe a yard.
It's really, Trey Ford really was providing more of the run game on that touchdown drive that took up half of the first quarter, by the way. Really more than Mady was, but 2nd and 8 here and a chance for the Ticats defense to get off the field quick.
Early in the second quarter, Elks on their own 34-yard line, trailing the Tiger Cats by 10. Ford throws quickly out to his right, and it's over the head of Mike Jones and goes incomplete, and the Elks punting unit comes on the field.
Mike Jones, Ticat for a number of seasons and a good, really good Canadian receiver. That one went over his head, and Trey Ford knows that he was right in the right spot. He had the correct receiver, right at a hitch, would have been a first down, and just overthrew it. But that's the same 2 and out as any other, and it's costly if you add those together.
Maybe a bit challenging. Trey Ford had that great drive into the wind. This was his first time with the wind, so that might have sailed on him a little bit. Matt Mengel, the rookie punter, he's had a good season for the Elks. It's a good kick. Lawrence Woods, fresh off that touchdown, takes it at his own 25. He's across the 30, and he'll take about a half dozen Elks to bring him down at the 35-yard line.
There's another flag down, and special teams penalties are just so costly in that drive start average and in adding to the momentum of a game. I don't know what this one's going to be against, but another effective return by Lawrence Woods.
Holding Hamilton, number 77. It's a 10-yard penalty. It's going to be first down.
Valentin Noir is second-year Tiger Cat. I knew it was going against the Tiger Cat. So did Dane Evans. He was already walking back toward his own end zone. It's been a very tidy start for Dane Evans. 4 for 4, 31 yards, and a touchdown pass to Stephen Dunbar Jr. Tiger Cats lead 16-6, beginning this drive on their own 22-yard line. On the near hash, one receiver to the right of Dane Evans. That's Stephen Dunbar Jr. The handoff goes to Wes Hills, and a big running back had a burst of speed, and he's slapping the football right now because he might have thought he could have got more. He was just tripped up. Pretty good gain, though, on first down.
Thomas Costigan, DN for the Elks, got one hand in with Wes Hills, and that's not common where you see him come down like that, but he got tripped up, and that would have been a huge gain right up the middle. Boy, the Ticats could use an explosive like that.
5-yard gain for Wes Hills, so 2nd and 5. Tiger Cats up to their own 27-yard line, still on the near hash. A bunch format with the receivers. Now the majority of them peel off to the left, but the whistle goes before Dane Evans can do anything with the football.
Before the snap, timeout. Hamilton.
Tiger Cats calling a timeout. And coming on the field is Tyler Turnowski.
Jake Burt comes off, so just a personnel switch. They had the big body Jake Burt in, and they wanted their 5-receiver set. Jake Burt was actually coming down on that play that got called dead. He was kind of coming down to cut block on the defensive end. So presumably that's the body you want in there. So I would imagine it was a whole play change that was needed here for the 2nd and 5.
Tiger Cats take a timeout to get that personnel change. Here they go again. 5 yards they need for the first down. They're on their own 27-yard line. 3 receivers to the right now. Tim White and Braylon Addison go off to the left. That's the field side. There's 4 receivers. Dane Evans throws a strike complete to Tyler Turnowski. That's why he had to come on the field. He was the guy who was supposed to get the ball, and that first down is presented by Active Green and Ross. The Tiger Cats keep it rolling. That
was a great strike there, and I actually thought Braylon Addison was going to get that ball on a flat route to Dane Evans' left. But Turnowski coming in the game and getting involved quickly for a valuable first down.
Got to call that timeout. If there's no 88, how do you throw it to him? So he got him on the field, got the first down, now up to their own 36-yard line with a fresh set of downs. Handoff goes to Wes Hills, and he goes right into the meat of that Edmonton defense. Takes a few to bring him down, and he will get probably halfway to the first down with that carry.
Yeah, and it looks a little different, right? That was not a beautiful play by any means, but they're in 2nd and 6. They got that 4 yards when they're in Winnipeg, in Sask, even at home against Calgary. Even they had production, but not on all drives. And that 2nd and 9 and 2nd and 10 after every run play is so difficult, and West Hills is making hay even when it's not pretty.
Braylon Addison went behind Dane Evans, then circled back to the field side to the right. A lot of receivers there for Dane Evans. He throws and completes to Pappy White, but he will not have enough for the first down, and they're going to be a few yards shy, so that's just a little too long for the short yardage team, and Simon Laurier comes on with the punting unit.
Yeah, unfortunately, Pappy White was, his angle, he meshed over the middle with Braylon Addison, and that angle was just coming back towards the line of scrimmage a little too much, and ball thrown behind him, but on target and not able to get his pads upfield for the first down.
Simon Laurier standing on his own 30-yard line. Charles Nelson back to receive for Edmonton. He's on his own 25. This is into the wind. Hard to tell how strong that wind is. We'll see with Laurier's punt here. And I don't think it's that strong because this is a great punt. Nelson takes it at his own 15, right at the numbers, tries to make a quick move, and 3 Tiger Cats are right there, including Stavros Katsantonis and the special teams tackles leader, Nick Cross. It's 16-6 in the second quarter. Tiger Cats leading the Elks. You're listening to the Ticats Audio Network. Tiger Cats up by 10 against the Elks. RJ Broadhead with Luke Tasker. We're under the lights now at Tim Hortons Field. It's overcast. It is humid. Right around 25 degrees. Feels like it's in the 30s. There is some rain in the forecast, but so far so good. And the flags are blowing toward the north at Tim Hortons Field. That's right to left. However, it doesn't appear to be affecting too much on the field. Trey Ford hands it off to Nelson, who had a head of steam heading to the left, picked it up on the run, but it is a loss of 2 or 3. Tiger Cats defense all over it.
Wow. Kenny Lawler in the slot was there to block for that outside screen and just got absolutely blown up by, I think it was Jamal Roll, though hard to see. No, it actually might have been Simone Lawrence, and that just exploded the play in the backfield for a loss. Great aggressive defense here.
The rookie quarterback, Trey Ford, facing a 2nd and 13 against this Tiger Cats defense. He's got time, stays in the pocket, completes the pass to Darrell Walker across the 35-yard line, and it's a first down.
And that was drop 9. They only brought 3 there. It was 2nd and long, back in their own end. You got to make that coverage and make that break up there. Darrell Walker with just a beautiful 12-yard curl.
Handoff goes to Beatty, and he will get up to the 40-yard line. So a couple of yards on that running play.
Even if the Ticats can stop this, end this drive right now, and stuff this to the second down short of moving those chains, that curl for the first down on the previous play is so huge for the momentum and the back and forth of this game. For the Elks to be able to move the chains at least once out of their end, that was a really huge catch by Darrell Walker.
Yeah, I agree, Luke. That was big. Now Elks on their own 41, empty backfield. Trey Ford under pressure. He's going to run, and he breaks one tackle. He sidesteps another. He's got more than what he needed for the first down. 14-yard gain. He's up to midfield, so he can run. He's fast.
Yeah, really, really, really good shake, too. Simone Lawrence couldn't come to balance fast enough to match the speed of Ford there, and got an extra, 7 yards after breaking that tackle.
Not bad. 17th all-time in tackles, Simone Lawrence, and the rookie put a pretty good move. Ford 3 carries for 31 yards on the ground.
It's not a bad average.
Yeah, it's pretty good. There's a handoff to Beatty, and he'll be close to a first down as well. Might have run into his own teammate up there. But on the ground, the Elks are starting to move this football. They're into Hamilton territory.
They are, and just like that, their long drive in the first quarter took up 7 minutes, 31 seconds. that run game eats up the clock quickly. You know, it's the incomplete passes that stop the game clock, and you know there's players coming on and off the field. The game clock hasn't even started yet. The play clock hasn't even started yet, but that game clock continues to tick down as they march down the field with the run game.
2nd and 1, ball on the Hamilton 47. Loxley comes in for the short yardage for the Elks, and Tiger Cats had some success earlier against Loxley, but this time he's able to dive across the 45-yard line and get the first down.
RJ, if I was an offensive coordinator.
Okay. You just play one on the radio.
Exactly. I would be taking low probability shots on 2nd and an inch all the time. Worst case scenario, you make sure your quarterback knows it's got to be complete or incomplete, and never a turnover, because you got 3rd and an inch after that. I don't know. We don't see it enough, in my opinion. But
So it is easier from up here because there's no repercussions if you don't get it.
That's true.
Pass goes to
Great breakup.
Loxley, the quarterback, who was in for the short yardage. And that was Richard Leonard to break that up, and it goes incomplete.
Ticats showed cover 0 and then dropped a low zone player out of the rush, but still brought pressure, and Richard Leonard tight in coverage there to that low slant, and really, really hard catch to make when Richard Leonard, who has great timing and feel for that, you know, getting that hit on your back shoulder blades right at the perfect timing when that ball's meeting. Really hard to make that catch.
2nd and 10. Edmonton on the Hamilton 25-yard line. Trey Ford, pump fake, takes a couple of steps to his right, trying to get away from the pressure. He can't. Finally, the Tiger Cats get to him, and Dylan Wynn right in the middle of it. The Tiger Cats get a big sack here for a huge loss.
And all 5-6 of them in the rush do the Dylan Wynn dance after that sack, and man, they turned it around in that stat line last week in Winnipeg and got 4 sacks after having struggled in the first 2 games, and there's the first one of the night, and it is huge and at a perfect time here as Edmonton was just starting to pull the momentum back in their favor. They just crossed the center line, and Dylan Wynn stops him right there. Jovan Santos Knox also involved in taking Ford to the ground.
Dylan Wynn was double-teamed, pushed the offensive lineman back, and they were
He's a grizzly bear, man.
backpedaling so far when Ford tried to run. Dylan Wynn, he had lots of room and was able to bring him down.
Oh, that's awesome.
So now the Elks are trying a very long field goal. It's going to be a 57-yard attempt. Sergio Castillo misses to the right. Lawrence Woods bobbled it. He has to pick it up at the 1-yard line, and the Elks bring him down. A second effort by Woods might have got him out of the end zone, and they are going to say he made it out of the end zone, but just barely. Castillo did not miss that by much. That would have been the longest of the season. It's still a 16-6 lead for the Tiger Cats. 4:51 to go in the half. You're listening to the Ticats Audio Network. Always great to hear Henry Burris. 4:51 to go in the half. Tiger Cats lead by 10. Sergio Castillo. It was. Oh, here's a call.
The ruling on the last play is overturned to a single point. Therefore, it's going to be first down at the one of last scrimmage, the 50-yard line.
Well, why would it be at the 50-yard line, I wonder, because it's...
Yeah.
So I assume that there was also a 10-yard penalty applied there. I'm trying to figure this one out. I'm not exactly with you here, but...
So Elks get a point.
So Lawrence Woods was flirting with the goal line there, and he clearly wasn't sure if he wanted to go down or not. Getting the drive started here.
Dane Evans throws it to his right. Stephen Dunbar breaks a tackle, gets across the 45, close to the 40-yard line. The Tiger Cats keep it rolling with an active Green and Ross first down.
Great job breaking the tackle there by Stephen Dunbar Jr., and he got an extra 15 yards after that, which would have been a tackle at the line of scrimmage. But back to this strangeness in the kicking game. Lawrence Woods was flirting with the goal line, and they're going to rule that he was tackled in the end zone, so the single goes to Edmonton. But then they spotted the ball at the 50 surely there was an unknown penalty that we did not catch. But great drive start for Hamilton.
Yeah, it's to Stephen Dunbar, who's having a strong game. Already has a touchdown. Empty backfield for Dane Evans. He's going to keep this, and he slides. He's indicating that it was a first down as he got up, but he'll be short of the first down.
I made that mistake bad in Toronto once. had a great catch, but only for 5 yards. Called the first down first. But you'd 100% give up a single for a 50-yard difference here. This is a fantastic turn of events for the Ticats, who are putting together another great drive.
2nd and 5 from the Elks 37-yard line. Dane Evans, he'll keep again, and he wanted that first down himself. He gets to the 30-yard line, and that will be enough. The first down presented by Active Green and Ross. Tiger Cats keep it rolling.
That was a true sort of option there. Dane had the chance to keep it himself, which he did, or pitch it back to the outside to Wes Hills, and really creative play calling there with the wide receiver screen and this option. And Tommy Condell and Dane Evans are piecing together a really great first half of football.
Dane Evans 7 for 7, 61 yards, also 18 rush yards, and this pass may have been tipped. He was looking for Stephen Dunbar out to the left, and it goes incomplete. So the Tiger Cats are in Elks territory. We're past the 3-minute warning, 2:42 to go in the half. Tiger Cats lead the Elks 16-7. This is the Ticats Audio Network. Interesting first half at Tim Hortons Field. Tiger Cats have 16 points, trying to add to it. 2 minutes, 42 seconds to go. They're at 2nd and 10 from the Elks' 30-yard line. Dane Evans, Wes Hills to his left. Now he'll go into the flat, and cutting across from right to left is Pappy White. Breaks one tackle and tries to cut to the inside. It'll be a gain of about 5. It's not going to be enough for the first down, though.
Flag comes from the. Okay, this one's going back on Hamilton, but it's pretty penalty heavy first half here, I would say, and some strange ones, some personal fouls type of plays too, some unnecessary roughness, that kind of thing. That was a great first down gain there.
Flag on the previous play. It's 3rd down.
Okay,
So no flag.
all right.
They were so used to throwing them.
And it's 3rd down here, so great job. You get 5 there. You did not keep the drive going, but you make this. You relieve a little bit of the pressure on this field goal here, which will now be 32, 33 yards. You are into the wind, but makeable distance here for Domagala.
Michael Domagala has the longest field goal in the CFL this season at 52 yards. As Luke mentioned, it won't be that long. The wind has been hard to figure out. Simon Laurier had a pretty good punt against it, but then the Elks tried for a 59-yarder with the wind, so you'd have to think it's significant.
First down, RJ. Look, watch this. How costly
more
is this?
flags. You're all over it, Luke. The ball was snapped. The flags are on the field, and you're saying this is against Edmonton.
Edmonton, number 33. It's a 5-yard penalty. It makes it a first down for Hamilton.
That is, talk about hidden yardage. That's a 5-yard penalty, goes in the books as 5 yards. It's 25 yards if the Ticats can score this, and it's worth however many points they're going to get at the end of this drive. So costly to a team's effort.
Edmonton's taken 35 yards in penalties, Hamilton just 16. And now Dane Evans comes back on with the offense. So Domagala did not need that field goal. There's 2 minutes and 7 seconds to go. Tiger Cats trying to add to their lead before the end of the half, and the whistle goes even before the ball is snapped.
Edmonton.
Okay, yeah, they got to gather themselves up here a little bit, because they did not expect to be playing defense after that. Domagala's crew came on the field there, but boy, what an opportunity for the Ticats before this half. In Winnipeg last week, only 3 times did they string together multiple first downs. That's not very pretty.
But the timeout was Edmonton. Sorry.
I thought you said Edmonton, actually.
I did as well, yeah.
He must have pointed the wrong way. But Hamilton has already strung together drives with multiple first downs more than 3 times here in the first quarter. We're watching a really exciting football game, and this is, if they can get a touchdown here, that score is going to get lopsided. Though Edmonton has not played terribly.
First down for the Tiger Cats on the Elks 20-yard line. 3 receivers to the field side. That's to the right, a delayed waggle, and the handoff goes to Sean Thomas Erlington, who tries to go up the middle, but not much there. Gain of a couple, maybe.
Yeah, and unfortunately, they use sort of a tricky snap count there, kind of like that false count after the waggle, but then they snap it very quickly, And Edmonton sort of dropped out of what was going to be a cover zero, but stuffed the run no less.
Stephen Dunbar out far to the left. He has 3 touchdowns this year, including 1 in this game. It's a short pass from Dane Evans, and the Edmonton defense comes up big after taking that penalty. Braylon Addison had nowhere to go and might have lost a yard, certainly didn't gain anything, and it's going to be the same result after what appeared to be a costly penalty for Edmonton to keep the Hamilton offense on the field. Michael Domagala is out to try a field goal.
It was an interesting play. It was like a little shovel screen, inside screen to Braylon Addison, but it was cover zero. There's just so many people in the box and in the mix there.
25-yard attempt. First field goal attempt of the game for Michael Domagala. He's hit a couple of converts, and he hits this field goal and adds to the Tiger Cats lead before the end of the half. There's a minute 28 to go. Tiger Cats lead the Elks 19-7. We'll be right back with the end of the half on the Ticats Audio Network. Well, we've had a lot of fun with this, finding out where people are listening. Sue McBride at Lake Couchiching in Aurelia. Caitlin Miller, Saginaw, Michigan. Hello, Caitlin. And Jessica just down the street, Beechwood Street in Hamilton. Not far away, can probably hear the game, the crowd, and listening to Luke and I and Bubba and Andy at the half. Dave Stala will be in the building. It's an exciting game. The Tiger Cats leading 19-7, and there's a minute 28 to go.
Really unfortunate they couldn't turn that into a touchdown, which would have made that penalty hurt even more, but they did get the 3. Nice 12-point lead with a minute left half.
Well, those second half, specifically fourth quarter ghosts are hovering. Tiger Cats would like to get as many points as they can. Trey Ford has some time, stays in the pocket. Now he's got a roll to his left, and he'll stop to throw, and it goes incomplete. And maybe the closest one to it was Richard Leonard. Trey Ford trying to make something happen with his legs.
It's kind of almost really impressive how long he kept his eyes downfield. He was all the way outside of the numbers, almost to the sidelines, and threw that back across. Kind of a classic, no-no for a quarterback, but didn't hurt him in that case.
Elks still on their 40-yard line, 2nd and 10. And they might be offside on the waggle. It's an incomplete pass intended for Darrell Walker, so a quick 2-and-out here. There is a flag, but it did look like the waggle was a little early.
Kenny Lawler, I think, jumped it earlier. I think you're right, RJ. And this will probably surely be declined by the Ticats. This will push them to 3rd and 10.
Okay, correction. There is no flag on the previous play. It's an incomplete pass. It's going to be 3rd down.
So same result.
Right.
They would have declined the penalty, but it's 3rd down and 10 anyways, and the Elks will have to punt this away. Okay, minute 16 left. You get a Lawrence Woods return chance here. But
already has a touchdown.
Okay, so 50% chance another touchdown coming up.
I like those odds.
Yeah. But you got to get probably down to the Edmonton 42-yard line maybe to get into Domagala field goal range here. We'll see how much of that Lawrence Woods can bring back here.
So Matt Mengel out to punt for the Elks, the rookie punter, standing on his own 25-yard line. Lawrence Woods, Pappy White, both back to return for the Tiger Cats. Mengel will kick it to the far side. That's Pappy White's side, and it goes out of bounds, they'll say, right at the 10-yard line. Wow. So you can't beat that if you're the Elks.
That was a beautiful kick. He kicked it across. He was on his left hash, Mengel, all the way to the right side of his punt units, from his punt unit perspective. And you're right, he literally bounced that right at like the 9 3/4 yard line for a 60-yard punt and 60-yard net punt as well. I mean, just can't ask for more than that from a kicker. So
you were doing some yardage calculations for a field goal. There's a minute 9 to go. Oof. Now Dane Evans will have to make something happen offensively to get this ball moving as the Tiger Cats have to start from their own 10. 4 receivers to the field side, and the handoff, it's going to be a loss, and there's a penalty flag. Wes Hills couldn't get anything on that carry.
The Ticats really better hope this is on Edmonton, because a penalty here would take you back to your 5-yard line.
Major foul, face mask. Hamilton, number 64. They're going to go back half the distance.
Late night snacking.
So half the distance in a I assume, first down.
They still have the 2 on the sideline for second down.
So maybe that stays. Boy, that's a lot of yards to make up. And the unfortunate thing is there's still so much time left in this quarter that a punt from right here
into the wind.
Yeah, they're almost in field goal range when they receive this punt.
Elks took a safety early in the game. Dane Evans pump fake, tries to throw on the run, but it's short. Stephen Dunbar was the intended target and had no chance on that one.
Dane kind of limps up after that tackle, and he was very close to the line of scrimmage when he threw that ball, actually. So, I don't know. They had no call at all, so it will stand as, and it'll be third down now. But again, costly penalties.
Sorry, Luke. It was interesting. Dane might have thought that went to first down as well, because he got up and looked like he was going to stay on the field and realized that it's now third down.
Yeah, that's one that I didn't know either. That face mask did not get moved back to a first down. It was a 5-yard loss and a loss of down.
So Lawrence Woods is back there in the punter's position, so you'd have to think that he's going to give that safety back to the Elks. No risking punting into the wind with just under a minute to go in the half. And Woods will get the snap. Now he's taking his time. He'll run a little harder to his left. Stop. Now run to his right. And
nice.
It's actually Tunde Adeleke, and
Wow.
he was eluding tackles in there and finally goes out of bounds. Pardon me, it was Adeleke, and he's done that in the past. He's proven to be pretty elusive back there.
He just killed 20 seconds.
Yeah.
That was great. That was well done. A really impressive punt return, kind of.
Yeah, well, he ran a lot.
Yeah.
Probably ran close to 60 yards because he went to
exactly
about halfway to the far side and then back this way, and it was a lot of running to kill off those few seconds.
Yeah.
Tunde Adeleke, he's had a great season for the Tiger Cats. 44 seconds on the clock, 19-9. Tiger Cats lead by 10. Under the lights at Tim Hortons Field, Canada Day. The Made in the Hammer uniforms, all steel gray with black numbers, gold trim, black helmets with a gold H with the hammer written across the horizontal line on the H. So beginning from their own 40, the Elks with the wind will try to creep a little closer in this game. Both of these teams 0-3, trying to get a victory. Tiger Cats with a win, they'd be tied for first place in the East Division. Forget that 0-3 start. A couple of undefeated teams in the West Division, so the Elks desperate for victories. Trey Ford looking for someone open, nobody there, so he's going to run again. He's got the first down across the 50, close to midfield, takes a hit as he goes out of bounds, but he does get the first down for the Elks.
Yeah, Trey Ford, you can really has good speed. I mean, it's clear from up here. He's moving at a great pace, but he also has really good control. Shown a couple times where he's dodged a tackle or made somebody miss with some great quickness, and effective on the run for Elks.
Another 14-yard run for Ford. He's up to 45 yards rushing in the game, 56 yards passing. He's 4 for 10 passing, and again, he's got a little bit of time, but he's flushed out of the pocket, rolls to his right, and he's going to run, gets to the far sideline. He'll be very close to another first down before he's forced out of bounds. Looks like they're going to spot him just shy of the first down, though.
Yeah, this is inside of where they've already attempted one Sergio Castillo field goal tonight, so presumably they're already have that option available.
So it's 2nd and 1. Elks are across midfield into Tiger Cat territory on the Hamilton 47-yard line. There's 27 seconds on the clock. Trey Ford, couple of long runs to get the Elks in possibly a position to get a field goal. Throws this time out to the right. It's a good catch. All hands by Kenny Lawler. Had to reach to grab it, and that's another first down for the Elks, and he gets out of bounds.
Yeah, this has been a really great football game. Offensive production from both teams. Quarterbacks making great plays to keep some drives alive and well into field goal range with the wind at their back now, which will put this to a 10-point game if they can get off the field with 3.
23 seconds to go. Ball on the 43-yard line. Trey Ford, he'll move a little to his left, looking deep for Darrell Walker. It's picked off. It's intercepted by Cam Kelly. That is a big play. The Elks were looking at sure points. Cam Kelly with the interception. The secondary with a huge play presented by my insurance broker.
What an athletic play. And Cam Kelly, that sort of American strong safety type, that's not foreign to him to be way back there in coverage. And right when Ford let go of that ball, Cam Kelly knew, and he timed up that break just perfectly up in the air to catch it just like a wide receiver. I mean, so athletic. And just as I was considering 3 points was a sure thing for the Elks, and there you go. Dane Evans is on to be able to end this quarter with his offense.
Tiger Cats defense coming up with a big play, and Ticats aren't messing around. Dane Evans takes a knee, and the clock will run. It's 19-9, so Tiger Cats will be happy to head to the half with that 10-point lead. And one more knee here for Dane Evans, and that's the end of the half. So it was pretty interesting. A lot of unique plays, but Lawrence Wood's return for the touchdown turns out to be a big play, as does that Cam Kelly interception late.
Absolutely. We're in for a great second half, RJ. We got two offenses playing very, very well. Defenses making plays when they have to. Can't wait.
It's 19-9. Tiger Cats lead the Elks. Tiger Cats at the half with Bubba O'Neill and Andy Fantus is next on the Ticats Audio Network.
Happy Canada Day. Now back to Luke and RJ on the Ticats Audio Network.
Tiger Cats lead the Elks 19-9. We are set to go in the second half on Canada Day at Tim Hortons Field. A hot, humid evening. Tiger Cats will be with the win for this third quarter, leading by 10. So much talk about second halves. We'll see what the Tiger Cats can do. Lawrence Woods had a 72-yard kick return for a touchdown in the opening half. This will not be a touchdown, but he does get across the 35-yard line, and that's where Dane Evans will start with the Tiger Cats offense to begin the second half.
Again, both of the Ticats drives with the wind will be the first and the third quarter, so the Elks will benefit from having the wind at their back on both the long quarters of this game, and Ticats have to put points on the board right now in this third quarter and make it count.
Stephen Dunbar, Tim White, Braylon Addison, all to the right of Dane Evans. That's the short side of the field, and it is complete to Tim White, who had a quiet opening half. He was the Ticats' leading receiver coming into this game, and that's his first catch of the game.
Adam Kanar on the tackle there for the Elks and coming downhill really, really quickly. Tough way to start off the second half here, and we're always going to see these wide receivers for Hamilton being mixed into those screens and short passes, but got to get more than one on first.
Hamilton 4 for 10 on second down conversions. Flags fly. It might have been, well, we'll have to see, but there was movement from the Elks. Not sure if they were lured or not.
Offside, Edmonton, number 99. It's a 5-yard penalty. It's still second down.
Okay, a little more favorable position here. We got some Canada Day fireworks in the over East Hamilton here.
Yes, yeah, we're on the 7th floor of Tim Hortons Field, so we've got a good vantage point way out there, but we have to watch the field, Luke.
Sorry, Stony Creek is more exciting right now.
2nd and 4 from their own 43. Dane Evans under pressure, almost brought down, stays on his feet, throws on the run, open receiver up the middle. It's Tim White, and he's getting those yards after the catch. He's into Edmonton territory. It is Tiger Cats first down, presented by Active Green and Ross. The Tiger Cats keep it rolling.
such an athletic play by Tim White and Dane Evans. He rolling to his left and set his feet again to throw it back against his body, going no huddle here.
Playing quick, 3 receivers to the right of Dane Evans. He does a quick pitch to Pappy White, who was running in front of Dane Evans, and White tries to cut it up the middle as he got to the right side of the line and only wound up with a yard maybe.
Yeah, that's a disappointing response to that explosive play, because really an excellent job of taking advantage of that. Turned into a 2nd and 4, was a 2nd and 9, and now, again, find themselves right back in a 2nd and a challenging 9 yards.
Trying to convert another 2nd down on the Elks 40. Dane Evans steps back to the 50. Pump fake, wanted to throw, and the Elks have him. They brought him down for a big loss here. The man who took the penalty earlier, Christian Rector, who was offside, gets the sack.
So costly. They were at their 40-yard line, which would have, the Elks 40-yard line, would have made a 47-yard field goal. Now they're at the 47, and it's going to be, nearly 55, maybe 54 yards, and that is a drastically different field goal percentage those 9 yards make there.
First sack for the Elks. It's a big one. Michael Damagala. He's got the longest field goal in the CFL this year at 52 yards. This one from 54. Wow. It is left. Had plenty of leg, though, with the wind. He probably could have hit it from 70 with the leg. He just wasn't accurate, and the Elks are able to bring it out of the end zone just past the 5-yard line, so they will start deep in their own territory early in this second half. Tiger Cats are leading the Elks 19-9. You're listening to the Ticats Audio Network. Welcome back to Tim Hortons Field. You're with RJ Broadhead and Luke Tasker. Ticats lead the Elks by 10. An injury update here for the Tiger Cats. Richard Leonard, who had a very good opening half for the Tiger Cats with 4 tackles, is out for the rest of the game. So Tunde Adeleke will move over to the half, and Stavros Katsantonis comes in at safety. And the Elks are going to have to start this drive after taking a penalty on their own 5-yard line. Very similar to how things started for them in the opening half at the start of the game. Darrell Walker catches the pass from Trey Ford as he was cutting to the middle of the field, and he'll move the sticks. He's across the 15-yard line. It's a first down for Edmonton.
Yeah, they had big personnel in there. They had two tight end look, 1 running back, and that's only 3 wide receivers, and just kind of a nice, easy play action slant to your best guy on the outside. And I don't love that one. That was an easy first down there for Darrell Walker.
Trey Ford in his first CFL start, the rookie, the U Sports most outstanding player, 6 for 13, 72 yards. He's thrown an interception, no touchdown yet. That is a handoff this time, and a pretty good gain for the Elks. Ante Litre will bring it very close to the first down. Looks like a gain of 8 or 9.
And Julian Hauser came in from that DN position to wrap up that tackle by the ankles there, and if it wasn't for him, that would have been a really big gain for Litre. And short yardage here.
Short yardage. Kai Loxley in for the Elks. He needed about a yard. Looks like he got it, but there are flags.
Offside, Hamilton, number 94. The 5-yard penalty. It's first down for Edmonton.
Chris Jones' heart skipped a beat there for a second. It is against Hamilton.
Boy, 3 plays, including 1 short yardage and 1 penalty, and just like that, they've gotten themselves out into a healthy field position out of their own end, which feels so uncomfortable for an offensive unit. I mean, the Elks putting on a really impressive drive here.
They've moved it 25 yards so far. They're up to their own 30. Fresh set of downs. Another handoff to Ante Litre, and he welcomes the contact. Got about 4 yards on that carry.
Great job there. Simone Lawrence coming up to fill the gap there, and Litre still a helpful 4-yard gain there, but Simone with a really nice tackle right in space. Like you said, one of CFL's greatest all time.
These two teams, last 2 in rushing yards in the CFL. Edmonton has 99 yards on the ground in the game, a lot thanks to quarterback Trey Ford. Hamilton just 55 yards. It is their second best running game, though. That ball is tipped. It's tipped up in the air and falls incomplete. Cam Kelly's had his hand all over the ball on defense, had an interception late in the opening half, and that's a big knockdown for the linebacker here.
If Micah Johnson could have just seen what had happened there, and that is so hard to do when the ball gets tipped and nobody has an idea where it is, but he he was turning around looking for it, and it fell right by his feet there.
Would have been good to see the big man try to run one in. Matt Mengel from his own 25-yard line. A high kick. It's a short kick into the wind. It's going to take an Edmonton bounce. It landed at the 40, went all the way down to the 30. There are flags immediately. It looked like the Elks were pretty close to Lawrence Woods when he picked up that football. We'll sort out the penalty as the Ticats offense heads back on the field, leading by 10. You're listening to the Ticats Audio Network. Send that email, have an opportunity to win a Made in the Hammer jersey. Ian Holloway from Calgary, great to have you listening. Chris Carano, Broomfield, Colorado. And Patrick Demitek from Chatham. Always great to find out where our listeners are. Tiger Cats looking sharp in these Made in the Hammer uniforms, all steel gray tops and pants. The black numbers with the gold trim. 9:07 to go in the third quarter. No scoring yet in the second half. Tiger Cats are with the win.
Number 42, we went up 15 yards. It's first down for Hamilton.
So there was no yards.
It was really a great kick by Mengel, and that costly penalty, and Ticats with reasonable starting position.
Up to their own 45-yard line. Three receivers to the left of Dane Evans, and he hands off, and that is an excellent gain for the Tiger Cats. One of their best running plays of the year. Wes Hills is able to take that for a first down. The Tiger Cats keep it rolling with an active Green and Ross first down.
It's great to see, and it's been needed all season, all night, but Wes Hills with a beautiful first down on first down.
They haven't used Wes Hills a lot. He's got 23 yards rushing. This time Dane Evans keeps it himself and runs right up the middle and takes some contact, but it's going to be another first down. He's very close. Yes, they are moving the sticks. First down presented by Active Green and Ross. The Tiger Cats keep it rolling.
On the touchdown drive in the first quarter, we saw the same thing, a run game approach as they drove down the field, and Dane Evans involved in that.
Under 8 minutes to go, third quarter. Tiger Cats trying to add to their 10-point lead. They are up to the Edmonton Elks 42-yard line. Elks showing cover zero. It's another handoff to Wes Hills. He's hit initially, bounces off that, and he'll get a gain of a few yards on first down.
Yeah, tough there. Running into cover zero is it's sort of a risk reward on a defensive front. You don't really have that second line of linebackers, but obviously you're loaded up at the line of scrimmage. So that was in their favor there. They got a quick stop, and Hamilton with a 2nd and 6 now after a couple successful run plays.
4-yard gain for Wes Hills. They're up to the Edmonton 38-yard line. Dane Evans bank to pass, has some time. Now that time evaporates, has to roll to his left, and he throws complete down to the 20-yard line to Tim White, who was quiet in the opening half, but he's been a big part of the Tiger Cats offense in the second half. It is another first down presented by Active Green and Ross. The Tiger Cats keep it rolling.
That was Ed Gainey in coverage there as they ran all the way across the field, and it developed. It took a long time, but Dane Evans was able to buy time and keep his eyes downfield, and boy, more of that 10 to 15-yard passing range would be a really, really effective thing for the Ticats if they can establish that.
Tim White, 3 catches, 46 yards in the second half, all in this third quarter. Dane Evans under pressure. He is brought down again. This time it's Thomas Costigan who sacks Dane Evans. So that'll push the Tiger Cats back another 7 yards.
And that's tough. That's fullback Jake Burt. One-on-one situation with the Elks D end there, and you can't count on that block for more than just a count or two, and unfortunately the Elks came out on top there for a damaging loss.
Tiger Cats push back to the 26-yard line of the Elks. 2nd and 17. They need to get across the 10 for the first down. Dane Evans under pressure again and has to get rid of that football. He was trying to connect with Tim White. It was underthrown, but this time Dane Evans did avoid the sack. The Elks were close to getting to him. And this will be Michael Damagala coming on the field, trying for another field goal from the 33-yard line. Michael Damagala 1 for 1 in the game. There's the snap, the hold, the kick, and it's good. Michael Damagala hits another one and increases the Tiger Cats lead to 22-9. Just under 6 minutes to go in the third quarter. It's the Tiger Cats leading the Elks 22-9 on the Ticats Audio Network. Tiger Cats get the first points in the second half. A Michael Damagala 33-yard field goal. And it's a 13-point lead for the Tiger Cats. RJ Broadhead with Luke Tasker. So much talk about the 0-3 start for the Tiger Cats. Some things they had to improve. It's their best rushing game so far. They're up to 82 yards rushing. First time they've had at least 2 players have a rush for 10 or more yards. Pass by Trey Ford, broken up by Jamal Roll. One of the best in knockdowns in the CFL, comes up with another big one as Darrell Walker was the intended receiver.
Yeah, just perfect timing on the contact there. You kind of flinch for a second. You kind of expect the yellow flag, but you take another look at it, and it's just expert. I mean, expert timing. Gets clean contact with his shoulder pad on Darrell Walker's body right as that ball hits Walker's hands.
The defense, another big play brought to you by my insurance broker. 2nd and 10 from their own 40, and Kai Loxley, the quarterback, playing slot back, coming across the middle, cutting to his left, and he's able to get across midfield for a first down for Edmonton. That's a big second down conversion.
That was a really, really impressive find there by Trey Ford. Ticats showed a lot of pressure and dropped out of it with Loxley kind of coming underneath those defenders, dropping into that low coverage, and just well done. I mean, it's a mark of experience and growth. He found the guy that he needed to, and then Loxley breaks the tackle for a huge gain.
That's only the 4th different Elk with a catch in this game. This is another completion, almost the same play, running across the middle, right to left, and it is complete to Manny Arsenault, who's been pretty quiet in this game, but this is another big gain for the Elks as they get a little further into Ticat territory with another first down.
Yep. Longtime vet Manny Arsenault, and he catches that across the middle, and he is a big, powerful runner. He's got the stiff arm sort of locked and loaded, ready to go as he turns upfield there, and scored a touchdown very similar to that in Calgary last week.
That's his first reception, 21-yard gain. Now, all of a sudden, the Elks are on the Hamilton 31 with a fresh set of downs. Cover 0 by the Tiger Cats, and it's another completion. And getting up afterwards was Chris Osikusi, who thought maybe he wasn't touched yet, but he was. Be close to a first down, not quite there, though.
Yeah, he kind of just fell or kind of slid to catch the low ball, but was just moments away from popping to his feet prior to getting touched on the ground by Seontae Evans.
Up to the 26-yard line, it's 2nd and 5 for the Elks. Trey Ford in his first CFL start, showing some poise in the pocket, rolls to his left, completes to Ante Litre, who broke one tackle, can't break another, as the Tiger Cats defense gets a big stop here.
Both Edmonton and Hamilton have really, really struggled with touchdown efficiency in the score zone. They've not been able to convert many drives into touchdowns when they get down into the scoring territory. And that was a really, really great stop by the Hamilton defense. It was a loss of 5 on the play to push them back to 3rd and 9, and obviously a field goal situation as Castillo takes the field.
Sergio Castillo has just 2 misses this season, one from 53 yards and one from 59 yards in this game. This one will be a 38-yard attempt for Sergio Castillo. The kick is up, and it's good. Castillo connects on the field goal, and it returns to a 10-point game. Tiger Cats have 22, the Elks 12. We'll be back on the Ticats Audio Network.
This week on the Ticats Audio Network.
You know, the fans, it's always about the fans. The fans always been great here. They've always been nice and welcoming and rowdy, right? And pretty crazy over here. So it's always back, and, you know, it's awesome to come back and have this opportunity, I guess.
That's Dave Stala and his relationship with Hamilton being honored today and coming back to Tim Hortons Field on the inaugural edition in 2022 of Task and Twos on the Ticats Audio Network. Good to have you and Andy back together, Luke.
Yeah, we're going to do some cool stuff this year, have some special guests, and Dave Stala was the first episode of this season, and just what a great Hamilton guy. I mean, just such an awesome player to watch. If you hear him talk, he just knew how to have fun playing football, and it's guys like that and guys like Andy actually that instilled that in me too. Like, I didn't want to be out there if it wasn't going to be fun, and Stala knew how to do that and play football and be great, but enjoy doing it.
Amazing. Great to have teammates like that. Dane Evans, play action, bought himself a little time. He was looking deep, nobody there. Now he's in trouble. He scrambled, and he'll be sacked again. All of a sudden, the Elks are getting to Dane Evans.
Well, he was right to not let go of the ball. There was just nothing happening downfield. He had Tim White, Pappy White, and Stephen Dunbar Jr. downfield. Max protection, but there was just too many guys down there and nowhere to go.
Sacked by Jawan Taylor. It's a loss of 2, so now 2nd and 12. Tiger Cats push back to their own 38-yard line. Leading the Elks 22-12. Tiger Cats are with the wind in this third quarter, but there's just a little over 2 minutes to go in the quarter. Ball is snapped to Dane Evans, and flags are flying everywhere.
Well,
procedure, Hamilton 64.
Okay.
5-yard penalty.
Tiger Cats didn't take a lot of penalties in the opening half. This one will push them back a bit and will make the second down a little more difficult. 2nd and 17. From their own 33-yard line. With the wind, Tiger Cats would love to add to their lead. 10 points, not comfortable enough. Dane Evans looking to his left. Takes a couple of steps forward. It's picked off. It's off the receiver's hands and picked off by the Elks. We've seen this before. Brady Sheldon, the 6'5" linebacker, comes up with the interception as it was tipped right to him. And the Elks are going to have great field position inside the 30-yard line of the Tiger Cats.
Wow. And unfortunately, that's Sean Thomas Erlington, and that is the way that overtime ended at Tim Hortons Field 2 weeks ago with the, dare I say, exact setup.
Yeah, very similar. You're right, Luke.
In a different field position. That time, obviously, overtime, it was in the score zone. And this time, very, very costly, deep in their own end. Boy, it's just physical errors. Dane put it in a reasonable location, not overly. The ball didn't come with too much speed or misplaced, and just got to squeeze that and secure it. Edmonton with a huge chance here.
This third quarter not going as the Tiger Cats planned with the wind. Trey Ford throws a receiver. There was a couple of Tiger Cats in on the tackle. That's a gain of 5 on first down for Edmonton. Funny how those tipped balls by the Tiger Cats receivers seem to go right into the opposition's arms.
Yeah, and every now and again you watch and you get lucky as an offense and it goes to your own, but Ticats have had a couple, again, I've called it quirky turnovers all year, but.
2nd and 5, empty backfield. Trey Ford throwing and cannot complete the pass. It was intended for Arsenault again.
Great to see Stavros Katsantonis coming up and cover 0 and getting in there to make sure that was an incomplete ball. And boy, it's a kind of stop the bleeding moment to see Castillo come on the field, and at least that you get off with only having wounded yourself by a field goal and not a touchdown. And Ticats lead will remain 7 pending this Castillo field goal for a make here.
Castillo 1 for 2. Just made a 38-yarder. This is going to be a 32-yard attempt, and it is good. So the Elks continue to chip away with the win. The Tiger Cats have been outscored in this third quarter. And it is now 22-15. Elks have outscored the Ticats here in the third, 6-3. Closed the gap to a converted touchdown. Just 7 points. And this is a story that keeps coming back to the Tiger Cats. Pretty good first half, and now the second half gets a little shaky. They need to close this one out. Dane Evans. There's a handoff to Wes Hills, and he was hit immediately. Might have been hit in the backfield, but he lowered his shoulder and barreled over Matthew Thomas to at least get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it for 3 quarters at Tim Hortons Field on Canada Day. The Tiger Cats, in their Made in the Hammer uniforms, are leading. It's 22-15. We'll be back on the Ticats Audio Network. 1 quarter to go on Canada Day at Tim Hortons Field. Tiger Cats lead the Elks 22-15. Elks outscoring the Tiger Cats in the third quarter 6-3. Not a large margin, but the Tiger Cats have not outscored their opponents in a third quarter or a fourth quarter this season. It's 1st and 10 for the Tiger Cats from their own 40-yard line. Actually, I think it's 2nd and 10. The clock here at Tim Hortons Field might be wrong. That is picked off again. Back-to-back series where the Elks get a pick-off, and this is Matthew Thomas. And he takes it deeper into Ticats territory in big trouble because it looks like the Elks are looking at more points now.
Wow. It touched Pappy White's hands. This one, I think... This one was just too tight. That was not the right place for the ball to go from Dane Evans. It was kind of hitches across the board, and the Elks were right in place for it, and just too good of coverage. Trying to give Dane a quick answer, but the Elks sniffed it out. I mean, that was a really, really misplaced ball.
Last 4 drives, Hamilton 2 interceptions, 1 missed field goal, and a made field goal. And Litre will run this ahead and get pretty close to a first down. The defense needs to come up big. It's going to be 2nd and extremely short here for the Elks.
Cam Kelly very slow to get up in the offensive backfield of the Elks. The only thing you can say about this last drive, I mean, that's 2 offensive plays in a row with interception. The only thing you can say is that they forced Edmonton to kick a field goal, only get 3, and you've got to hope the same here. RJ, we've been talking about it all year.
Yeah.
They lost the third quarter already, and now the fourth quarter starts off with that.
It is a trend that needs to stop for the Tiger Cats. They did give him the first down, so it's 1st and 10 from the Hamilton 28. Trey Ford completes it to Darrell Walker, breaks 1 tackle, gets to the 20. He's still on his feet, and finally... The rest of the Tiger Cats defense gets in there, but his forward momentum will get him across the 20, and again, very close to a first down.
Yeah, it's frustrating in a game when you see something you run all the time, like the Ticats. They run those wide receiver screens often, and to see your opponent, do that same really with more success. That was a simple wide receiver screen to the boundary side. Darrell Walker catches it with just a lot of space around him. He got to 6-7 yards before he was touched, and it's 2nd and a foot now.
Under center, Kai Loxley, and he tries to go over top. Jovan Santos Knox met him there, and it all comes down to forward momentum. No indication yet. Yeah, there it is. It's a first down for the Elks. So into the red zone come the Elks. 22-15 is the score. 7-point game.
The Hamilton defense has had touchdowns scored against them 66% of the time when a team reaches the score zone. That's not a favorable stat. You'd want to be well lower than that. The Elks have not been able to convert very many of them, but this would be a momentum-changing touchdown if the Elks can put this in the end zone.
Tiger Cats' biggest lead was 22-9. Trey Ford, pump fake. He's going to run it. And he battles his way across the 10-yard line. He'll be a yard or two short of the first down. So it's a gain of 7, 2nd and 3 for the Elks. The defense, short yardage here. They have to come up with a stop. The best case scenario you'd have to think if Edmonton doesn't turn the ball over is 3 points. After another Elks interception to lead the offense to this point. Trey Ford trying to do the rest. Empty backfield, throws, complete, and it is a touchdown for the Elks. Kenny Lawler. And it is, in all likelihood, going to be a tie game as Sergio Castillo coming on the field for the convert. Well, this is 2 0-3 teams desperate for a victory, and the Elks are taking advantage of those turnovers.
Yeah, and in the second half so far, the Ticats, after with a Castillo make here, will be outscored, 13 points to 3 points. And boy, the second half and just the inability to find offensive rhythm, kind of astounding at this point for the Ticats.
Sergio Castillo, the convert, is good, and it's a tie game at Tim Hortons Field. Once again, another double-digit lead for the Tiger Cats in the second half evaporates. There's still 10 minutes and 48 seconds to go, but it is all tied up on Canada Day. You're listening to the Ticats Audio Network. Over 20,000 at Tim Hortons Field for Canada Day. Tiger Cats against the Elks. And the Elks have chipped away in this second half, got a couple of turnovers, and it is tied at 22 apiece. R.J. Broadhead with Luke Tasker, both of these teams 0-3. And this is a big kickoff. It'll go right through the back of the end zone. So with the win, Sergio Castillo able to get that up, and the gust blows it out the back of the end zone. So that was unreturnable for Lawrence Woods, which the Elks will take after he ran back a 72-yard touchdown on a kickoff earlier in the game.
So this one gets spotted at the 25-yard line after that kickoff goes out of bounds. They do not get a single. The return man has to touch the ball in order for the single to count, but not really ideal starting position here for the Ticats. Still a long field to drive.
Now the offense has to get rolling. Back-to-back interceptions on the last two offensive plays for the Tiger Cats. Handoff up the middle for a gain of a couple. Sean Thomas Erlington with the carry. And this will be 2nd and 7. Now up to their own 28-yard line. Tiger Cats needing to convert another second down. They're into the wind now. So the Elks have that advantage, and Sergio Castillo, they have a lot of confidence in him. He attempted a 59-yard field goal in this game. Dane Evans, so he's under pressure again. Got away from it, though, and throws up the middle, but it's incomplete. Tyler Turnowski reaching for it, could not come up with it, and the Tiger Cats are 2 and out. The punt team comes on.
I mean, heroic escape there by Dane Evans. Really, you can tell that's a guy who is fighting to do everything he can. You got to pull that catch in, which would have been a hugely valuable first down. That's the kind of misses that'll let a game and a quarter and a drive slip away.
Simon Larrier into the wind, standing on his own 14-yard line to punt the football back to the Elks. It's a spiral. It's a good kick. Charles Nelson, he gets it just outside his own 50, but flags are all over the place, and with that ball hung up in the wind, it looked like the Tiger Cats special teams might have been a little too close. We'll take a break. Tiger Cats and the Elks tied at 22. Elks offense coming on the field. You're listening to the Ticats Audio Network.
This week on the Ticats Audio Network.
You got to get your run. You got to run around that field, God knows how many times, 12 times or whatever it was. I hated every step. But I knew that there was ice cold beer and a DJ or something afterwards sitting in the back of a pickup truck.
That's Mike Morialia and Coach Ron Lancaster, and him running laps with offensive lineman Dave Hack, who guested with them this week on Morialia and Hitch on the Ticats Audio Network. Always some great football stories from those two and their guests.
Yeah, that was a cool episode. Dave Hack, he and I went to the same high school in Buffalo.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we live 5 minutes from each other. He's an unbelievable guy, and he you should listen to the episode if you haven't and tune back, because Dave Hack was that was on Edmonton, if you caught that illegal block call. But Dave Hack was he's an all-time Ticat with an alter ego named Jimmy. He had the crazy side to him when he was on the field, but really great and part of that 99 Grey Cup team as well.
So it was dangerously close to no yards, but the penalty goes against the Elks. The ball dropped by Kenny Lawler. Now he's trying to make something happen, and the Tiger Cats push the Elks way back inside their own 20. This is a massive loss.
And they're actually going to give him a favorable spot, too. It's still a loss of 12, but he was tackled way back at would have been a loss of 17. That snap just bounced right off Ford's hands, I guess.
I think it hit Kenny Lawler, who was running in front of Ford.
Oh, yeah. In the motion, yeah.
Yeah, not timed very well. Hit him right in the chest, and then he picked up the ball, tried to make something happen, could not. 2nd and 22 here, and Ford with lots of time. He'll just have to check it down. Up to the original line of scrimmage across the 40, and Ante Litre gets up. He knew it was a pretty good gain. It was, but it is not enough for a first down. Still a few yards shy. They needed 22 yards to get the first.
That was a nice screen setup, 230 pounds in the open field, and it's not easy to come up and make that play. It's a gain of, almost 18 yards. So, but still punting situation for sure at a 3rd and 4. And Lawrence Woods, this would be a time. Actually, it's Pappy White and Lawrence Woods back. This would be a timely moment for an explosive return.
Mike Mengel. He's had some good punts in this game. A high snap, had to jump to get it, but no problem. And he has a decent kick into the wind. Lawrence Woods caught it at his own 22, dropped it, had to pick it up and try to get some speed going as he went to his left, and he got over to the numbers, brought down just across the 25-yard line. Tiger Cats need to get something going offensively. There's 7 minutes and 40 seconds to go in the game, and it's tied at 22. You're listening to the Ticats Audio Network. RJ and Luke with you. About half a quarter to go in this football game. It's all tied. Hamilton, on their last 3 drives, a total of 8 plays, 2 turnovers, and 1 net yard. They have to get it going here. Dane Evans, he'll get more than a yard. He's going to keep this himself. He's up across the 30 and about halfway to the first down.
Maybe a called quarterback draw there to Dane and a nice, reasonable 5-yard gain, 2nd and 5. Better than they found themselves on many times tonight.
Up to their own 32-yard line. Dane Evans has Wes Hills to his left. He'll be in as a blocker. The pass is caught very close to the first down by Braylon Addison. And it looks like the spot is going to be short of the first down.
Yeah, but you know what? That 1st and 5 allows them to do that. If it's short by inches, and you can put out and put that on your short yardage unit to get. But that 1st and 5 allows them to run that dog pattern, just 2 5-yard outs to the right, and it's.
Dane Evans stays in short yardage, did not need a lot, and he should have enough. There's a Hamilton helmet that's been thrown onto the field. It's the helmet of Coulter Woodmansey.
Surprised we don't see a flag. The helmet spit out of the scrum there by 15 yards. I don't know how that happens without drawing a flag, but. Like I said, that 2nd and medium there, and that 5-yard out route, that is CFL 101. And when you can get 5 yards on first down, that's a high probability conversion there. And even if you have to have a short yardage after it, no problem.
Braylon Addison with the catch, his 3rd reception of the game for 12 yards, and throw intended for Wes Hills coming out of the backfield. He was running to his left toward that far sideline, had it in his hands, but couldn't hang on. It's incomplete.
Yeah, and my knee-jerk reaction to that is you got to pull that in. But Wes Hills is a running back. That is, though it's not a long pass downfield, that is a tough one to haul in. The angle is sort of strange, and boy, everyone's got to make their plays every time to get yourself out of a rut. And now 2nd and 10 again.
From their own 38-yard line, Tiger Cats offense has sputtered. Dane Evans trying to convert a 2nd down. He's got an open receiver at that far sideline. Is caught by Tim White. He goes out of bounds at midfield, but it's a 1st down presented by Active Green and Ross. The Tiger Cats keep it rolling.
Just a beautiful sail route by Tim White, and they showed all-out cover 0 there, and then actually only brought 3. So they're showing the blitz and then playing a full coverage back there, and Tim White sneaks behind for a sail route. Perfectly done.
Playing quick, no huddle, empty backfield. Dane Evans gets the snap, rolls to his right, and stationed right at that sideline was David Ungerer, who's good for a couple of big plays every game. He's got another 1st down, so the Tiger Cats keep it rolling with an Active Green and Ross 1st down.
Yeah, Ungerer, every time he's got the ball this season, it's just at the right moment, right, where we are sort of looking for somebody to get that big play, and that was just well done, sitting right where he needed to, and Dane found him, and he quickly jumped back up off the turf to spring forward for a 1st down.
David Ungerer playing with a ton of confidence. 4 receivers off to the left, but it's a handoff to Wes Hills. He breaks through the line. He's across for a 1st down to the Edmonton 30-yard line. This 1st down presented by Active Green and Ross. The Tiger Cats keep it rolling, and Wes Hills gets another big gain on the ground for the Tiger Cats, who are having by far their best rushing game of the season.
It's like a case study of complementary offense. The run game helps the pass game, helps the run game, and that's why we keep the momentum is a real factor in a football game. The Ticats have it right now.
They've rushed for over 100 yards in this game. First time this season. Dane Evans play action to Hills, and he's got lots of time. Completes the pass to Pappy White, and he was a little behind the line of scrimmage. He was able to get close to a 1st down. Looks like he's across the 25-yard line of the Elks.
Really impressive by Dane there. I actually couldn't tell if he had kept that ball or not after the play action, but when he set his feet, there was not a lot going on there. He did not have many options, and he waited and waited until Pappy White, popped free. He really caught that ball, like you said, behind the line of scrimmage, and it was just a addition to the run game, just adding on there and getting what he could, which was a 6-yard gain. And it's a great play, and now they're chipping away at this 4th quarter, RJ, and they're in score zone. You cannot have a negative play here. Sack for a loss cannot happen. You give Domagala everything he can get. If you don't get the 1st down, it's not the end of the world. But if you force something here and turn the ball over, that's what makes an 0-3 team 0-4.
Matthew Thomas of the Elks is down right now. His left foot area being worked on, maybe calf, Achilles, but he's going to get up and get off the field under his own power. You're right, Luke. In a tie game, just over 4 minutes to go, points extremely important. This drive began on their own 27-yard line. Dane Evans has led an 8-play drive for 59 yards. They're well within Michael Domagala's field goal range, but want more than that. Tiger Cats did have a double-digit lead in the game, but it is currently tied. Trying to win a 4th quarter, very important. 2nd and 3 coming up for the Tiger Cats. They're in the huddle now. Dane Evans calling the play. They're on the Elks' 24-yard line. Couple of turnovers for the Tiger Cats. They cannot afford that here. Empty backfield for Dane Evans. 3 receivers to both sides. Ball at the far hash mark on the 24-yard line, and it is a fly sweep to Pappy White, and he's going to lose yardage on that play. So on 2nd and 3, it's a loss of a couple for the Tiger Cats. They will have to settle for a field goal. Michael Domagala comes on.
I mean, It's cover zero, and it takes a long time to get a wide receiver out of the backfield around the end. You know, I don't know. I mean, they did lose a yard there. They're still in a makeable distance here, and Domagala's lining up now, but tough way to end that drive for them.
33-yard field goal attempt for Michael Domagala. It's good. It's good, and the Tiger Cats lead again. They have not trailed, but it is close. 25-22. The Tiger Cats lead the Elks, and we're just slightly before the 3-minute warning. There's 3 minutes and 11 seconds to go, but a much better drive for the Tiger Cats.
Yeah, a much better drive, and they took up a lot of that fourth quarter, and now they do have a 3-point lead. But coming into this game, they convert their score zone opportunities to touchdowns 16% of the time. That's very low, very low. And that's why. I mean, they drove down the field right there, and then they kind of just stalled out. They lost that momentum that they have. You know, I loved that first down efficiency with a short pass yard on second down. Then they get that explosive to Tim White on the outside, but they went away from that there at the end of that drive. Elks just now as we enter the 3-minute warning and chance to get down the field again.
So this will be the last play before the 3-minute warning. Ante Litre. He goes right through the middle, and he's across the 50-yard line, close to midfield, and it is an Elks first down. They are with the wind, and they did attempt a 59-yard field goal, so they don't need much more to get Sergio Castillo into range. 2:47 to go. We're at the 3-minute warning. Tiger Cats lead the Elks by 3. We'll be back with the finish on the Ticats Audio Network. All set for a big finish on Canada Day at Tim Hortons Field. The Ticats in their Made in the Hammer uniforms, that steel gray tops and pants. 25-22. Michael Domagala has just put the Tiger Cats ahead by 3. There's 2 minutes, 35 seconds to go in the game. The clock is running. Edmonton trying to get at least into field goal range. Rookie Canadian quarterback Trey Ford completes a pass, and it's Manny Arsenault breaking a tackle, and he's able to get very close to a first down. There is a flag.
Thinking this is going to be offensive holding in the backfield.
Edmonton, number 57. It's a 10-yard penalty. We'll replay.
So first and 20 now, back into their territory. Excuse me, they hadn't made it to Hamilton. Well, they did on that play, actually. So
yeah.
Now it'll be first and 20.
You're good on those penalties.
I loathe them, even
Yeah,
just in the
I know.
in the game at all, no matter which team it's for. But man, just so costly. The Edmonton has 11 penalties for 79 yards, and I always like to remind that's 79 yards of penalty yards.
Yeah.
There's hidden yardage all over the place in that you don't count in that stat.
Well, that was a gain of would have been almost 10.
Exactly.
Ford throwing and completing the pass again to Arsenault. It was first and 20, and he got about 5, so still a lot of work to do here on second down for the Elks.
Edmonton has 11 for 79, and compared to Hamilton's 6 for 31. I mean, and there's been some costly ones for them as well, but it's an entire another phase of the game.
But that's a big penalty because they would have been very close to the first down, and with the win, maybe within Sergio Castillo's field goal range. Right now, they're pushed back to their own 47. That ball is tipped, and it goes incomplete. Mason Bennett, the defense, doing it again. He got his hands on it and was able to knock that pass down. It's going to be 3rd and 15 with under 2 minutes to go, and it's a 3-point game.
Boy, just what they needed. Great play by Mason Bennett to get a hand up on that ball, and you're so right, RJ. That without that penalty, they would have already been in Castillo range, or just about yard or two shy. Huge way to stop that drive, and what's really going to be the battle here is how good of a kick they can get off. And boy, Edmonton has had an unbelievable punt game tonight.
Matt Mengel averaging the longest punt yardage in the CFL. This one he kicks low, and it's going to land just inside the 25. It rolls down to the 5. Lawrence Woods gets a hand on it, has to pick it up, and he is met just past the 10-yard line, maybe got to the 12 with his forward momentum, or maybe the 14 looks like they're going to give him, but he was hit hard.
That was another great punt from Mengel. Totally different. We've seen huge bombing hang time punts, and that one he sort of just slapped over to the side of the field and let it tumble. And it was almost going to go out of bounds inside the 10 before Lawrence Woods fielded it and got a few yards. But yeah, tough field to drive here from their own 14.
But they have to. There's a minute 47 on the clock. So a long drive here for the Tiger Cats would be essential. The punt was 58 yards. Tiger Cats starting from their own 14-yard line. Dane Evans trying to lead the team to its first victory of the season. And he fakes the handoff to Sean Thomas Erlington, keeps it himself, the ball's loose. He fumbled the ball, it's picked up, and it is a touchdown for the Elks. Dane Evans tried to run, he fumbled it. Jalen Collins picks it up and scores a touchdown, and the Elks lead for the first time in this football game, and there's a minute 38 to go.
I mean, the story is going to continue. Are we really going to have to talk about turnovers for another week?
Turnovers, second half.
Wow. And just the timeliness of them. And Dane had two really costly fumbles in the Calgary game. And since then, the turnovers were, like we've said before, quirky and kind of unique and whatever, and maybe not going to happen every time that way. But again, this one just comes down to, and let's not take it away, that was an unbelievable play on the ball. And the defenses are trained to do that too. That's not a mistake on their end.
Right.
But it has to be a purposeful, meaningful decision to protect the ball at all cost.
So a timeout here for the Elks. On this convert, 3 turnovers for the Tiger Cats again in this game.
This is a big convert here because this will make this a 4-point game.
Sergio Castillo on for the convert, and like you say, Luke, to make sure if the Tiger Cats are going to come back, they need more than a field goal. The convert is up, it's good. The Elks did not lead in this football game until a minute 38 to go. Now they're up 29-25. Tiger Cats are going to get the ball back. But another costly turnover that leads to points. The Elks have gotten quite a few points off turnovers in this game.
And so I think part of this story also is the Ticats have been against the wind for both of the long quarters. 60% of points in the CFL are scored in the second and fourth quarter. Those quarters just have more time. And so if you have the wind at your back with the longer quarters where more plays happen, you just get, it's just a higher probability of being able to convert on some of these drives. And the kicking game for the Elks, there's been just bombing kicks and punts. You know, you hope that Lawrence Woods can field this kick and get a good return. But Sergio Castillo's teeing it up with the wind behind him.
It is quiet at Tim Hortons Field. A 4-point deficit for the Tiger Cats. Lawrence Woods catches the ball right in front of his face mask and gets a head of steam running right up the numbers. Just as he gets to the 30, he is tripped up. The Tiger Cats have been outscored in the second half 20-6. And they trail. And how does Dane Evans, after fumbling that ball that the Elks returned for a touchdown, regroup? Tiger Cats need a big drive here. Minute 34 to go. 3 receivers to the field side for the Tiger Cats. Dane Evans drops back looking to pass, throwing over the middle, and 2 Tiger Cats receivers were right there, both Addison and Tim White. Was there some confusion there? Neither one came up with a football. They might have ran into each other.
Hard to say. I do think Dane was throwing to Braylon Addison there, and it's hard to... Yeah, I do think there was some confusion. We're getting another look at it, and I do not think... sometimes that can happen. Just 2 guys reading a coverage differently, but it seems to me like there might have been a play call confusion there, actually.
So they run into each other, and it's incomplete. Minute 29 to go, 2nd and 10. Ticats on their own 34. Dane Evans wanting to pass again, has to check it down to Braylon Addison, who gets a pretty good gain. He's up to the 50-yard line, and the Tiger Cats needed that first down, presented by Active Green and Ross. The Tiger Cats keep it rolling.
And they will keep it on the go here, and great play by Braylon Addison, and extra yards earned and gained after the initial contact, too.
Dane Evans looks to his right again. Here comes the pressure. He's able to get the ball out, and it's complete to Stephen Dunbar. He's across the Hammer logo at midfield, and the Tiger Cats keep it rolling with another Active Green and Ross first down. They're looking good on this drive. They need a touchdown to take the lead. They trail by 4, and there's just over a minute to go. Dane Evans playing quick, 3 receivers to his left, the field side. Dane Evans, pressure's coming, so he has to run to his right. Wanted to throw. Now he tucks the ball, looking for the sideline, and he does not get to the sideline. He is tackled, a good open field tackle by Enoch McConzo. Pardon me, that was Brady Sheldon who brought Dane Evans down, but he does get a gain of a couple. 2nd and 8 from the Edmonton 47-yard line. 45 seconds, clock is running. A field goal doesn't do the Tiger Cats any good. They're down by 4, have to convert here, and they do. Dane Evans throws across the middle and inside the 30. It's Tim White. It's a big first down for the Tiger Cats, presented by Active Green and Ross. The Cats keep it rolling.
Wow, unbelievable guts here. I mean, they're driving down explosive play after explosive play, and Dane is sharp. He has been flushed out of the pocket almost nearly every play. I mean, the Elks are getting great pressure in there, and Ticats' protection has been a story throughout the season, but Dane bouncing back after that fumble with a couple great completions here.
Tim White, 5 catches, 81 yards. All have come in the second half. 37 seconds to go. Tiger Cats down by 4. Fresh set of downs. It's a high pass. Going up to get it was Braylon Addison. He couldn't, though. Couldn't come up with it. It goes incomplete. Now there's 32 seconds on the clock.
That ball came in quick as Braylon Addison turned out of his sail route, but he would have that 9 out of 10 times. That is a tough corner down there with the light in this time of nighttime game with the stadium lights up there, and it came in so hot, I don't think he could get focused quick enough.
2nd and 10. Hamilton on the Edmonton 29-yard line. They're in 3-down territory here. Dane Evans looking up the middle. Oh, boy, 2 Elks got a touch on that. Lyon had the best chance to pick it off. He could not. It's incomplete. So the Tiger Cats stay alive here, but it'll be 3rd and 10 from the Edmonton 29.
Well, Dane's given the signal for them to challenge that was a PI. I don't agree. I don't know what exactly that was, but that was one that was probably not the best decision to be made there. This 3rd and 10, RJ, and there's time left. They can get just the first down here. They do not have to go for the end zone.
This is football game, 26 seconds to go. Tiger Cats need it. They need at least 10. 3rd down, Dane Evans looking end zone. It's just out of the reach of Tyler Turnowski. It's incomplete, and the Tiger Cats turn the ball over on downs with 21 seconds to go. The Elks are going to be the team that exits this game with a victory unless something totally unexpected happens in these final 21 seconds. Hamilton, turnovers this season, just 2 of them in the first half. They have 13 turnovers in the second half this season.
Wow.
And it's cost them.
Wow. That is telling. And they have not won a third quarter, have not won a fourth quarter all season. And they've played well in the first half of games, especially tonight, especially in Calgary. They've put together successful drives time and again. Boy, you cannot outplay turnovers. You can't. There's been one game in the CFL where the team has won who's turned it over more times. There's been one equal game of turnovers, and that's it. Every other team who turns it over more has lost, and that's true tonight as well.
Congratulations to Trey Ford from Niagara Falls, went to Waterloo. At his first CFL start, he'll keep that football, takes a knee. The Elks get the victory, 29-25, and this was one the Tiger Cats had another double-digit lead, could not hang on in the second half, and it cost them. They're now 0-4. Time now for the Access Storage recap of the game. Score a touchdown with affordable storage. Access Storage has flexible storage solutions at a store near you. Try 4 weeks free. Details at accessstorage.ca. It is on repeat. A lot of the issues through the first 4 games of the Tiger Cats, including a double-digit lead that they couldn't hang on to, too many turnovers. Dane Evans is distraught on the Tiger Cats bench. A lot of frustration now. An 0-4 start, first time since 2017. Tiger Cats have started 0-4. Your thoughts, Luke? We've seen a lot of this before.
Yeah. There's no mystery, right? A lot of trouble in the score zone, converting chances down inside that 25 or 20 yard line there, converting those into touchdowns. That's not happening for the Ticat offense right now. Finishing games and the turnover ratio, of course, dare we say it again. But, tonight, the interesting thing is you get a huge explosive play for a touchdown from your special teams unit, and you get a defensive interception at a time where that was very needed in the game as well. But unfortunately, that's why it's the turnover ratio, right? Just as equally as valuable as that was for the Ticats, so costly it was for the turnovers to be there. And you see that last drive of the game there with Dane Evans. I mean, gutsy playing, spreading the ball around, multiple receivers getting it in that attempt downfield and taking their shots. Calling those aggressive plays and. Easy to do that when there's no other choice but to be aggressive and to push it down the field. With those 15, 20-yard throws, but that was kind of the only time we saw much of that tonight. We did see a little bit of improvement in the run game. Wes Hills made a difference tonight.
Yep.
Still, offensive line is still going to be a storyline as well. There was a lot of shake-up tonight. We really didn't get a chance to talk about it too much, but Colin Kelly had come to the Ticats from Edmonton. And, Revenberg back healthy, Chris Van Zyl, that group still needs to find some rhythm as well. Dane was flushed and pressured too often tonight.
Tiger Cats enter a bye week. Their next game will be at Tim Hortons Field Saturday, July the 16th against the Ottawa Red Blacks, first East Division opponent, and they will go into that game at 0-4. A tough start to the season for the Tiger Cats. They lose to the Elks on Canada Day, 29-25. Tiger Cats postgame with Bubba O'Neill and Andy Fantuz is coming up next. For our executive producer, Peter McEwen, our technical operator, Michael Steyer, our statistician, Jeff Girardat, and for Luke Tasker, I'm RJ Broadhead. Thanks for listening to Hamilton Tiger Cats football on the Ticats Audio Network.
Ticats Audio Network.